Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. Whew, I'm here today with project number 2 from the Bargain Bead Box October. Super excited about it. This is the little owl bracelet. Yes. So super excited about that. We're going to do some patina painting, of course. Oh, sounds like Jakers is coming to join us. Hello, Jakers. We're going to do patina painting. I have here citrine, moss, carnelian, and aged bronze. So super excited about that. We're going to get down to the mat, get this party started, do a little bargain bead box. It's going to be good times. So before we start though, I should say Thunderhorse Descendant is a working studio, so if you hear things and stuff going on, that is just us doing work. That's what we do here. We just do work in the studio. So we got pets involved, and we got significant others involved, and we've got fantastic, amazing assistant Shannon. So things and stuff are happening. It's whatever. We're here for the beading. We're just here for the beading. So let's go down to the mat, get this party started. All right, my party peeps. So here we are on the mat. Project 2, October Bargain Bead Box. And we got a little work to do here with this. Isn't it cool? So we're going to do a little patina painting. We have, this guy, which we are first going to cut this loop off, and we're going to do our patina paint. Or actually probably, yeah. So also we have the red tiger's eye, or I can't remember if they said this was tiger's eye or tiger iron. This one kind of looks like tiger iron, but I think it's red tiger's eye. And then I chose these sparkly crystals for the beading portion. I have found some size 6 round Tohos in the color Matte Mauve Mocha. And because I'm going to be using this toggle from my stash, it does have a few loops on it. And in order to get this to go in there, you know, I got to have a little seed bead situation. Also, we are going to be using some Soft Flex beading wire. This is the red jasper color. This is actually what I had left over from the Soft Flex Foxy Lady kit. This is in medium, so perfect. Yeah, so let's get ourselves arranged and we'll start the patina painting. Alright guys, don't mind all that shaking going on. This is the carnelian color. We're going to start with a little bit of that. So if you've never done patina painting before, let me just tell you, hold on, coffee is required. Let me just tell you, don't worry about it. Patina paint is permanent paint for metals. Let me just get a little smidge of this to paint on. It's a permanent paint for metals, other materials too, but mostly for metal and jewelry making. Now they have since come out with, I believe it's called Ultimate Paints. So this is permanent and fast drying, and it is it's a paint that you don't need to use water with, okay, unless you want that effect. So that's kind of where I feel like people kind of get messed up. Now here's the thing. You don't have to be afraid of your patina paints. Why? Because you can one coat paint over the top of your surface and it's going to cover up the other. Okay, so let's say we screw up this whole entire thing. That's fine. We're just going to go with our bronze and paint over the top of it. Don't be scared. It's going to be fine. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the carnelian. Now, I am going to use 4 colors on this, but like I said, we're just first going to start out simple. And I think I'll do a little orange here. I'm not worried about how this is looking at this particular moment, because this is going to start getting layered on, right? And in the end of this, I'm going to take my relieving block and I am going to do a little bit of relieving to bring back some of that bronze, which is going to take the paint off. Okay, so just bear with it. It's kind of a process. Now this is a quick drying paint and it is permanent. Okay, so you do not have to varnish over the top unless you want to do so. If you want to do so, they do make a gloss and a matte that you could use. Now I only have the gloss, and quite honestly I hardly ever use it. I usually just leave it matte however it ends up, because it's usually the type of situation that I'm going for, right? So I'm going to start here with this. Now I'm going to rinse my brush. So here's the thing, when I go to move to the next color, you could use a different brush if you had numerous brushes. I do have numerous brushes. However, I am going to use this different brush for the green. I wonder, actually, let me grab a pointier brush. Let's grab a few of them while I'm over here. A little smaller so I can get in there with the details. But you don't have to. But the thing is that you will mix colors, and then once you put this into water, you're going to get more of a washed effect. These are not really like paints you should add water to unless that is the effect you want. Okay. You also have to make sure that you shake your patina paints really well. I did a whole bunch of shaking before we started painting, and honestly, I don't even know if that's going to be enough. So just go in here with the green. Okay, so I think I will let that dry and maybe go over it one more time so it's a little bit darker. I am going to get the citrine going here and a little bit of the bronze. I haven't used this bronze in a long time. Woo! A little dab will do ya, let me tell you what. You don't need too much of this business. Little dab will do ya. Okay, now for the citrine, I am going to use the same brush I was using the green, and it does have a little bit of water on it. And I'm going to kind of go over some of the details of the owl. So that water is really kind of dulling it down a little bit, like making it rub in together. And that's what I mean by layering. And then even more when I go in with the bronze. So this is foot right here, so I am going to make sure I get that. That might have been a little bit much on the water. Give that a little. There we go. And get his nose a little bit, his ears a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to kind of hit the lines of him to give a little definition to his feathers and things of that nature. You go outside the lines, don't worry. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so now we're gonna let that dry up a little bit. And I'm gonna go in with some more of the green. I'm gonna use a clean brush so I can hit the green again. I might even mix it with a little bit of the citrine just to kind of give it a more brightened effect. And now just the citrine. Alright, so now we wait for this guy to dry up. That's all I'm going to do to him. I may, depending on how we feel about it, I may go in with a smidge more orange. That's probably dry. Just on the tips of the feathers before we go with the reliefing block. Alright, now you're going to want to make sure you wash your brushes out really good before you are done. Otherwise, this patina paint will dry on them and they will be trashed. Okay? If you've been around this channel for any amount of time, you know I go through a lot of paintbrushes. Thank goodness they sell them at the Dollar Tree. Because, yeah. Alright, so let's see. Is this guy dry? Pretty much. We'll let him go a little more. In the interim, I'm going to go ahead and take this loop off. I'm going to do that with what I call my junkie cutter. So this is my junk cutter. This is just a regular old standard wire cutter. This one actually is kind of old. I don't even know if it'll do it. I'm just going to get right up there to where the link is, and I'm going to kind of give pressure and bend a little bit. It went flying across the room. Things are good. Let's get our file. Here I have a little tiny square file. If you don't have a file, you could use a nail file. You can go to the Dollar Tree and you can get you a file there. They have these guys at the Dollar Tree, which you could probably get away with using for a reliefing block if you do not have one. Or if you need a little file, we sell the vintage file, which is like this, but a little bigger. It's exactly like this. On Thunderhorse Descendant, if you need one, they're like $3. So you can hit up that. So now I'm just gonna give this a file down. So this is gonna be a bracelet, so I want to make sure that this is not sharp in any way. And it is not feeling sharp. So now for that little spot, I'm going to go over here to my green patina paint. I'm going to snag up a little bit of this green patina paint, and I'm just going to hit that little mark there. You can't even see it. Wouldn't even know it was there. Let that dry. Now, here's the thing. You wouldn't have to do any reliefing on this if you didn't want to. I'm going to do some reliefing just because I like that kind of thing. So basically what that means is I'm going to take this reliefing block, maybe this one, and when I start to rub the paint off, more of the like bronze is going to come through. Because this is not, I'm going to move you out a smidge. Because this is not a actual brass piece, this is a, you've seen when I cut the link off, it was silver on the inside, right? So it's not brass. So we may get a little bit of silver, so that you might want to keep that in mind if that's something that you are not wanting. Coffee is required. And that's up to you. Everything should be dry now. Yeah, it dries really fast, so we should be ready to rock. And this might be kind of like not a great noise. So if that bothers you, you know. See how it's shining up right there where I was rubbing? So another thing you do, you take this wire guy, and just go over the top of everything. And it's going to start to get into those little crevices. Now, this guy I did pick up at the Dollar Tree, get him in a pack of 3. Hashtag not sponsored. Or you can go with the actual reliefing block. Well, mine is pretty hashed. I mean, I've had this a long time. It's got different grits on it. I really should get a new one. So it just takes longer, in my personal opinion. And as you guys know, I'm not into waiting. So that's why I prefer to go with a really more thick grit. Because I'm just like, hey, no, we got time for that. But it depends on what kind of look you're going for. What you doing, Jacob Rooney? Get kind of on the side of his face here. There we go. Looking pretty snazzy if you ask me. Smash it. So, here we are. I did get a little bit, I was just looking at them and I got a little bit of orange up here with my paintbrush. So I'm actually gonna take my sandpaper or my reliefing block and just see if I can't get that off of there. There we go. So there he is. This is what he looks like in the end. So you see all that patina paint that we put on and everything, and how it was looking kind of blocky or like a block, like chunky, is now all smoothed out, blended. He looks like more 3D. Where we went in on the definition, you can still see that. And then when we took some of it off, you can see how the colors kind of just blend together. So there is more bright orange on the outside, and then we went in with a little bronze and citrine in the inside, so it gets a little lighter and just gives him a little more of some definition. All right, so there's that. Now we can start the beading portion. Okay, onward to the beading portion. I have split these two into 2 equal sides, and then I have these seed beads here. Alright. And then we are going to use the Soft Flex beading wire. Now, before I attach onto there, I am going to get myself about 4 pieces of this wire. We're not going to need much because this is going to be attached on the side and then on the side over here. So we're going to need about, I don't know, a little bit, not much. I'm going to get 4 of this size. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, if you missed that, that is Soft Flex Medium Red Jasper color, and this is the 0.19. This is actually left over from the Foxy Lady. Put this back in the drawer here. Oh, the drawer's full. Okay, I'll put it up there. Let me consult the froggy tape and tell you what we're working with here. Looks to be 7 inches. So we're not necessarily going to use 7 inches on each side, but we got to have room for crimping, la-ti-da. So we've got 7 inches, and these two are going to be for one side of the bracelet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on like so. Now I'm probably going to end up using these to space the tiger's eye, but before we get going on it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to string them up and we're going to see where we're at. I'm going to work basically from the middle before it is crimped, just in case I got to make some adjustments, because I don't know what the length is going to be here. So I am going to space these with a seed bead in between, because I already know they're probably not going to be as long as this one. And this is the easy part. This is the easy part, just getting them on the string. No problem. Okay, yeah, see, even with a spacer, this side is just a smidge longer. You see that? So let's see how long this one is. This one, 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so we want this to be 3 inches, because that means if we do 3 inches on each side, that's 6 inches plus another 1.5 inches, so that is 3 inches. So that's actually 6, wait, what did I say, 1.5? Yeah. 1.5, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that might actually be too many once we get everything on there, because you have to know these are going to be doubled, right? So this is going to be on one side, this is going to be on one side. I'm off center a little bit, but I'm just giving an example here. Total already we're at 8 inches, and that's without crimping or toggles or anything. So I think what we want to do to get an average 7 is we're going to go ahead and remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So we're going to remove a bead from each side, and this is going to put us a little more at the 7 inches. Because it'll be 6, and then the toggle with the seed beads will be 7. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we got to make sure these are about the same length. So you can see here, we got some length over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a seed bead to this side and a seed bead to this side as part of the pattern. And now with those seed beads, they're about the same length. So now they're about even. So now what I have to, I'm going to crimp these on, and then on the end, I'm actually going to add some more seed beads so that we can utilize our toggle. So let's get these crimped on so you guys can see what I'm talking about. and we will go from there. Whoa, that's too much. Too much, Randy. Okay, so there's 4. We're going to need 4 crimp tubes for this side, right? So I'm going to start with this one, and let me get a clip for the back of this just so stuff doesn't come flying off. So I got him on there. I'm going to go ahead and do the crimping. So I am kind of letting it sit in this little hollow here. And I just want to make sure these are not twisted at all. And I'm going to go ahead and crimp it. And if you wanted to use seed beads on the string, you totally could. Pull test looks good. I'm going to go ahead and add a crimp cover. This guy here is a little larger than your average crimp cover. He is about a, probably a 4 millimeter. There we go. Oop. All right. So now on this side, I am going to have to add seed beads to each side of this in order to get it to crimp onto this toggle here, in order to get it to go through the toggle. So I think I will just keep this end clipped for right now, same with this one, and I'm going to go ahead and go with this here. I think maybe I will add, no, I'm just going to go with that. I was going to add a seed bead here just for some cohesiveness, but I was like, no. Okay, now wherever you want this one to sit is totally up to you. There's a little bit of a kind of a nook right here. I'm just going to go ahead and utilize that. Gonna get him into place. There we go. And we crimp. Crimp test looks good. got a little wonky. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I didn't get this one on there all the way. So I'm going to squish it and do another one. There we go. Okay. So now, excuse me. Now we're gonna go on this little portion here. So I think I gotta put one here and one here. Might actually have to do 2 on the bottom, 3 on top. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to crimp into this. I'm going to use a jump ring just in case. I'm going to use these little tiny oval jump rings. These are the Tinker Tots right here, these guys. Like 3 millimeters or something. Where did my crimp tube? Oh, it fell off. Okay. This way, if it wants to be funny, I can at least adjust it without having to take everything apart. Okay. Give myself a little bit extra space here because I need this to move. And also we're going to be using a crimp cover and stuff, you know, lots of stuff. So we're going to call that good. I'm going to move it up onto this loop so it's in the middle of the extra string or beading wire, and then crimp it. And that's just too a lot for the space. And also, hey, all my beads fell off. Oh, it's because I took the, hello, it's because I took the thingy off. But also we got to account for the crimp cover. So, those two are stuck. Sometimes if you throw them down, they'll come apart. Did you guys quit being stuck? They said no. You're friends. Apparently these are all friends. They all have friends. Oh, I'm just throwing stuff. You know how that goes. Come here. No? There we go. Alright, let's try this again. So we're just committing to the crimp. And sometimes I just gotta do a little maneuvering. There we go. Okay. And now all my beads fell off on this end. So, thank goodness there's only 4 little beads. And then I only got 2 down here. Now remember, we had to add some seed beads to this top one just so these 2 could be even. So I only have 2 here, and that's what I need to be even. Oh, crimp tube. Jake is upset. Okay. Again, we want this to be able to move. Looks like it can. Smashing. Now we're going to connect onto this guy here. And I'm just going to open these little tiny jump rings. They're so little, I don't even know if I can get them closed. Oh yeah. No problem. Okay, there's one. And the second one. They're so little. Okay. We're on there. Look at those little teeny tiny guys. Alright, so this is going to be one side, right? So now we are going to go ahead and do the other side. Now, here's an option for you. You could You could do flip-flop on the other side. So do this one up here and this one down here. I am not going to do that, but you could if you wanted. It's a design choice. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side off camera. You just saw me do this side. We're going to do the same thing there, same pattern and everything, and I'll be back to show you the end. Alrighty, party people, here we are. This is how our little bracelet turned out. I think it's very cute. I did end up adding a few more of these teeny tiny jump rings to the end just to make sure that I could get clearance around here to fit into that toggle. And he is just about 7 inches on the money, so that worked out pretty good. I will say if you want more than 7 inches, you could use a lobster clasp back here with an extender, or you could go ahead and add these other couple of beads to get a little more length. But I am very happy with how it turned out. Let's see if I can get this on myself. I always struggle to put things on. Let me see if I can do it. So here he is. Of course, I put it on upside down, or maybe you want it that way, whatever. But that's what it looks like. So just to get that clearance on there, I did use a couple of those little tiny jump rings. We do have those on Thunderhorse Descendant if you need some. But yeah, I am very happy with how it looks. And I thought, well, since I'm here and I have these couple little beads, I'm just going to whip up just a little pair of earrings. I just got some earring wires and just some ball head pins. And this is all I'm going to do for that, is just add them like so. See if I like that, which I do. And I'm just going to make a little earring. Since we have them left, why not? Was not in the original plan, but you know, whatevs. Sometimes when I have leftover beads, I like to make earrings or something, or I'll add a little charm, because I'm just like, I hate having 2 beads, you know, just 2 beads laying around that you don't have any matches for or whatever. You're just like, what am I doing? So I'm just like, just make a few little cute little matching earrings to go with. Easy peasy. And now let's put these on these French earring wires. Cute. Cute, 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 cute. I like it. So there we go, got a little set. I mean, can you beat it? It's very cute. I will get some photos of it so you guys can see the lowdown. But yeah, I like the way it turned out. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure that you are making a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel so you can find me on the internet again. And yeah, that's what I got going on today. I hope you're all having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.